So this is going to be a podcast type of video. I'm not going to really edit this video specifically because I just want to see how it goes. I want to speak about a couple of things. I have a couple of predictions about how La Liga is going to be for this season because of everything that I have seen in the transfer window, how Real Madrid are playing, how Barcelona is playing, how Atletico Madrid have been. First things first, I do think that Real Madrid will win the title this season, for sure. They are the favorites. For me, Barcelona will achieve 85 points. I think that they will, but Real Madrid will do even more. And I do see Barcelona being in second place. Atletico Madrid, I do see them in third, mainly because I see them as a much more attacking team than ever before with the new inclusions of Julian Alvarez, and we see other players out there that Atletico Madrid do have now. For sure, I don't see Girona catching up because Girona, if anything, they lost a couple of players. They lost Dovbyk, Pau Victor, Alex Garcia, Eric Garcia, even though he wasn't so prominent in Girona last season. He still had some sort of impact, but Girona lost a lot of players, and so I do see Atletico Madrid coming into third place. Girona, no. I don't think that they're going to reach fourth, fifth, or sixth. I don't think so. Right now, my main conclusion, based off what I've seen with Real Madrid, how Kylian Mbappe, right, how he scored those goals, seeing how Bellingham can provide amazing assist. I'm like, dude, Real Madrid is going to go first, Barcelona second, Atletico Madrid third. It's just important for me as a Barcelona fan that Barcelona finish with 85 plus points. If Barcelona go into second place, right, and we end up with, let's say, 70 points, Atletico Madrid 65 points, and then Real Madrid 91 points, then I will tell you, okay, Barcelona did bad, because they're that basically means that Barcelona have lost a couple of games. We need to finish this league season with 85 plus points, because that would mean that we only lost a couple of games or tied a couple of games, only against Real Madrid or only against Atletico Madrid, and every other game we won. Right? That is how you build a strong foundation. So I do think that Barcelona have to achieve 85 plus points and they will reach second place. Real Madrid, I think that they'll reach 91 points because they have the depth in the squad. It's no longer a team that just has a great starting 11. They have great alternatives like Arda Güler, like Endrick. They just have a multitude of options. It's just how it is. Now, like I've said, Girona, they had an amazing season last season, and they are going to be including other players like Oriol Romeo, Brian Hill, Donny van de Beek from Manchester, who used to play for Manchester United, I believe. And I think that who do I think is going to be fighting for fifth or sixth? It's going to come down to either Girona, Real Betis, Real Sociedad, or Sevilla. Either one of those four teams. And I'm not even going to lie to you guys, I'm very excited to see the league season, right? Because I think every team are in a much better position to reach the top four. I think Javier Tebas, even though we have a lot of beef with that boy, even though I hate him and because he has put us in such limitations, right? He did welcome quite a few players this year with Julian Alvarez, Kylian Mbappe, Endrick also came in. We also have Dani Olmo. It looks fun. I'm not going to lie. It looks more fun than the Premier League, in my opinion. So overall, looking at the transfer market and what Real Madrid and other teams have done, I want to also name the main winners in this summer transfer window. And it's going to come down to only two clubs, and that is Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. If you're going to tell me, right, that Barcelona are a winner in this transfer window, I'm going to tell you this is a transfer window to forget. Bruh, I am so pissed that Barcelona did not sign Nico Williams. I am so pissed that we could not even have conversations with Leao. We spoke to Leao and he's like, what? What'd you say? You know what I'm saying? We're just a joke. AC Milan have better financial capabilities than Barcelona right now, and that's because Barcelona is limited. And there's always that chance. Right now at the moment that I'm recording this video, it is August 16th, and there's still about a few days left in this transfer window. There's always that chance that Barcelona can sign Nico Williams, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I think that we're gonna have to deal with whatever we have. And Nico Williams does look happy at Athletic Club, and that's basically it. There is a feeling inside me that believes that the reason why we're gonna be selling Faye, Vitor Roque, and Lenglet is because we're trying to make room for Nico Williams and go for him another time with a much more strong offer. Meaning we come in much more convincingly, right? There's more confidence. We say, hey, Nico Williams, this is the bid. Everything that you liked about Barcelona is still the same. This whole offer, all the details are the same. And we can also guarantee you a spot in the wage bill because we have just opened up the wage bill with these exits. There's always that chance. But I'm sorry, guys. We took the L Like we got the slap in the face, we lost, you know what I'm saying? And it's just not gonna happen. I'll speak about later in this video, like who do I think is gonna be on the left wing position, and it's gonna be a player that you guys are not gonna be expecting. So we'll talk about that later. So to me, it's Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid, right? They bought Julian Alvarez, Robin Lenormand, Sorlath, and they might even buy Lenglet. And let me tell you, like Lenglet will be an amazing transfer for them, because I know that we speak so much trash about Lenglet, but that is because of the sporting project that we have. We require for our center backs to be fast, athletic, have great technical ability with the ball. Lenglet does miss a few qualities, but at Atletico Madrid, Lenglet is everything. He's everything. He has the technicality. He does not have to be the most athletic, because Atletico Madrid do sit deeper than a team like Barcelona. So Lenglet will be very comfortable at a team like Atletico Madrid. And, you know, I expect a pretty good bid for him, because Lenglet has only been playing in Spain. Like before Barcelona, it was Sevilla. So he has all the experience in the world in Spain, which makes his value much higher. A lot of you guys like to hate that Lenglet is not going to be sold for a good amount, but I do think that he will. Now, if he gets on a loan transfer to Atletico Madrid and he has one good season with Atletico Madrid in the summer of 2025, then we'll be able to sell him at a good amount. So overall, Atletico Madrid, they have done amazing. And so we also saw Atletico Madrid sell other players like Morata and some other guy named Soyuncu. I believe that's how you pronounce his name. And they also had some other free transfers, departures like Stefan Savic, Paulista, Saul, Hermoso. It's a whole like different Atletico Madrid that makes me very excited. They look much more convincing, and that they can be a much more attacking team and reach the levels of Barcelona and Real Madrid in terms of the attack. Julian Alvarez, I can't speak enough about that player. That guy is just a phenomenal signing for them. Like this guy, it's like he was meant for Atletico Madrid. And I know that he knows a couple of people at Atletico Madrid. Diego Simeone, right? De Paul. It's just insane. Atletico Madrid did not just like change their team, but they have rejuvenated their squad. And what's going to be very interesting is when we see Joao Felix, right? Like, is Joao Felix going to be taking part of this great sporting project that Diego Simeone is restarting? So the other team that I do want to speak about is Real Madrid. Real Madrid, they bought Endrick and Kylian Mbappe this summer. It's a win. It's a win, right? Because Kylian Mbappe, adding this player to Real Madrid is just insane. They sold some players like Rafa Marin, Latasa, Nacho, Cruz also retired. It's just, you know, this team is just insanity, right? I would put this a level above of Atletico Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti, his team is complete. Like, he started this whole sporting project back in 2021, and I hope Barcelona go through the exact same type of idea. And let me explain. When the coach first came in back in 2021, his first signing was Camavinga, and we're like, okay, that's great. You know, he's a good player. You know, he's gonna probably just do something great in the midfield. And they also had Alaba as a free transfer, right, to complement this other signing that Real Madrid made. So it was Camavinga and Alaba. Then came 2022, and they signed their next big player, and that is Tchouaméni, to play with Camavinga. And then they also added Rudiger on a free transfer, yet again, to complement Tchouaméni. So once again, it was another great transfer window for Real Madrid. We fast forward another year, 2023, Bellingham was signed. So they add Bellingham with Tchouaméni and Camavinga. And we had Arda Güler, who also signed with Bellingham on that year. So once again, another great transfer window for Real Madrid. And then, you know, Ancelotti was just making a monster squad by that point. And then came the summer of 2024 with Kylian Mbappe being signed and Endrick also complementing Kylian Mbappe in this transfer window. Mbappe and Endrick were signed in the summer of 2024, and that completed the whole sporting project of Carlo Ancelotti. What an amazing 4 years has it been for Real Madrid, slowly building this team per summer. And I hope that Barcelona do the same. Like when we see Barcelona finally making like great signings per year, that is when we are on the road to success, right? Like Barcelona needs to have a time where we can say, okay, in the summer of 2025, Musiala. In the summer of 2026, Erling Haaland. In the summer of 2027, Trent, for example. I don't know, like I'm trying to name like random players. In the summer of 2028, Rodri. Like that is how Barcelona need to move going forward. Barcelona cannot do that. Okay, Barcelona is just maxed out, limited. Javier Tebas says, fuck it, fuck this team. Real Madrid for life. That's just how it is. So Real Madrid are such an exceptional team, dude. Like, it's like Fabrizio Romano stated that Real Madrid believe that there are no good players on the market that are Real Madrid's level, and that is why they haven't made any signings. That is because like Real Madrid signed everybody that they could for every position. Like, they don't want to sign anybody. Maybe if they want to like upgrade one position, that would be on the left back position, which is to get Davis for Mendy, but they're not going to do that. So great job to Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, and with Barcelona, I would give it a C plus or maybe a C minus. We signed Dani Olmo. We invited a few other players in. They're not big time players like what Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid did, but that's basically it, right? Here's going to be my top score predictions. I would say Julian Alvarez and Kylian Mbappe. It's either one of those two on who's going to be the top scorer. I don't see Lewandowski doing it. I think that he'll score goals. I think that he'll score 25, 28 goals. But Alvarez and Mbappe are going to be scoring much more, right? Alvarez scored like 17 goals last season with Man City, and he had very little game time. I mean, he did play a lot with Man City, but he could have played much more, and his goals could have been way more. So I do think that with a team like Atletico Madrid, where they're going to use him every game, he will reach for sure a 25 to 30 goal, maybe even 35 goal season. Kylian Mbappe for sure, since he's going to be playing as a 9 with Vini on the left, I do see Mbappe scoring about 38 goals or 39 goals, and that's scary, right? As for the top assist predictions, who do I think would reach the top 2? I would say Lamine Yamal or Bellingham. Bellingham is going to have such a fun time with Vini and Kylian Mbappe and Endrick and Goulet being in front of him. Bellingham's going to be finding so many solutions, so many routes. He's like, I can just pass it here, pass it there, on the left, on the right. There's Mbappe, there's Vini, whatever, and he gets the assist. And Bellingham's going to be dangerous. Lamine Yamal, to me, has greater capabilities to find more assists than Bellingham, but because Yamal does not have the luxury of being surrounded by great finishers, Bellingham, unfortunately, right, as a Barcelona fan, will beat Lamine Yamal in terms of assists. I do see Yamal, though, in the top 2 or in the top 3. So now moving forward from that, I also want to speak about the game between Valencia and FC Barcelona. So I'm very excited because finally, right, we have this game. I've been waiting for the past 2 or 3 months. I did not even know what to do with my time with Barcelona not playing. Like, I miss these times, and now Barcelona's back. Like, in the past 2 or 3 months, dude, like, I had to make up so many stories, so many, like, stuff, and trying to find entertaining things to talk about on this channel because Barcelona were not playing. And that's, like, the thing about the summer is, like, yeah, okay, the transfer window, but Barcelona is not playing, dude. Like, the club of our lives is not on the field playing every Saturday or Sunday. But we're finally here. August 17th, they're going to be starting at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time and 6:30 p.m. Pacific time. Honestly, I do think that these times are wrong. I don't know why these people said this, why it would be at 3:30 p.m. Eastern time, because for me, it's at 12:30. Actually, you know what? I said that in reverse. For us, Pacific time, it is 12:30 p.m. And then for the Eastern time, it is 3:30 p.m. For the people out there in Spain, of course, they're going to be having their games 9 hours ahead, which is going to be like at 9:30. Like, bro, that's insane. 9:30? Are you serious? On Saturday? I would be going out on Saturday night at 9:30. Like, going somewhere with my friends. But that is what people like to do out there in Spain. And, I don't blame them for it. Seeing Barcelona on a Saturday night must be a lot of fun. So here is going to be a couple of fun facts about Valencia and Barcelona. Barcelona did finish in second in La Liga last season and have been inconsistent over the past year. Barcelona slumped to a shock 3-0 defeat at the hands of Monaco at the Joan Gamper Trophy in the previous game. And they're going to have to bounce back in this upcoming weekend. As for Valencia, they are going to be coming in with good momentum because they did just come off a victory against Frankfurt that ended 3-2. So we'll see how it does turn out. Barcelona have good records against Valencia, I would say, and have won 32 out of the 61 matches played between the two teams, as opposed to Valencia's 17 victories. And I do want to move on towards Hansi Flick's press conference because he did have a few things to say about our squad, about who's available, who's not. And so he spoke about Frenkie de Jong first, and this is what he said. We don't know when he will be back. He's still injured, and we are waiting. We don't want to rush him. After the international break, there will be more players available. We don't have a set date for Frenkie de Jong's return. And dude, like, I want to see Frenkie de Jong as soon as possible because I want to make my mind up on whether Frenkie should have continuity with Barcelona. I'm giving this guy one more season to get better with Barcelona because, like, Frenkie has been here since 2019 and we have yet to see a season where he can contribute in more than 18 goals. And we need that version of Frenkie de Jong. So the sooner the better for Frenkie. As for Gavi, Hansi Flick did state that I'm happy to see Gavi on the pitch. He's progressing well. but he does need some time. And he continues, we don't want to put pressure on him. He has a career of 10 or 15 more years ahead of him. So again, another player that I don't want to see as fast as possible. Is expected that he might return in about 3 weeks or 4 weeks. Some have said until November. We'll see. As for Pedri, he's actually going to be taking part of the second half in this game. Like, that's good news, because Pedri was not even supposed to be here around this time. And Hansi Flick has stated that Pedri is a very special player. He changes the team on his own. He might be an option for the second half, and I'm sure that he can help us a lot. And so I would love to see Pedri go into the 11 in the second half. Hopefully we get to see a attacking four of Pedri, Lamine Yamal, Olmo, and Lewandowski. as for Dani Olmo, you know what? I take that back. Dani Olmo's not even going to be playing against Valencia, because for Olmo, many have said that he has been ruled out because of his physicality. Hansi Flick said Olmo's registration is not inadequate. His physical condition is just not there for tomorrow, and he has started to train late. I would say cap. That is a lie. Like, now that I'm looking at this, like, nah, bro. Like, you're gonna tell me that Dani Olmo's not fit? Really? You don't think it has anything to do with him not being registered in time? You don't think so? You don't think that he can't get registered in time for the game? I don't think it has nothing to do with his physical capabilities. There's no way. Like, you're gonna tell me that Pedri has a bigger chance of partaking in this game over Dani Olmo, and Pedri just came back from like a 4-month injury? It has nothing to do with his physicality. You can tell that Hansi Flick was trying to cover up Barcelona's financial problems here, and they told him, hey, look, like, Dani Olmo can't be registered for tomorrow's game against Valencia. Just say that, he's not physically fit. Like, bro, that's cap. That is cap. As for Inigo Martinez, he has been registered. Casado has been registered. Pablo Torre has been registered, and Pau Victor has also been registered. There has been reports stating that Casado is going to be in the starting 11 to be in the double pivot. And I wonder if it's going to be Casado and Bernal or Casado and Christensen. We'll see. That's exciting, though, because that tells me that Hansi Flick is betting on a few youngsters, and we want to see some youngsters in this season, right? It has to be Casado, or it has to be Bernal, or it has to be Fermin Lopez. Please, like, give us the future. I can't wait to see Casado. And stepping away from that, we also have to talk about Thiago Alcantara. Thiago Alcantara has officially left the Barcelona coaching staff. Once again, it was reported about 2 months ago that he was only going to be here for about 4 to 5 weeks, only to be here for the preseason. And now with the season starting, Thiago Alcantara is leaving. And Hansi Flick did praise him, and he stated, Thiago wants to be a great coach in the future and has helped us a lot here. His contribution is incredible, and he has great human quality. And so the person that is going to be replacing Thiago is going to be Arnau Blanco, somebody who is going to be one of Flick's assistants. And he actually does have some sort of experience with Barcelona. He did coach, I think, Barcelona under 16. So he's not somebody that's like considered as a stranger in this club. Everybody knows who he is. So there's that. And now I do want to move in towards the lineup. Who could we expect to see in the starting 11 against Valencia? Now, like I said, with these reports coming in about Casado starting in the 11, I think that he will. Because usually Mundo is right. I don't know how they get this information, but they're usually right. And they say like, oh, this player is going to be started. It usually ends up being true. So this is going to be my predicted starting 11. Koundé, right back position. Eric Garcia and Kubarsi as a center back duo. Balde on the left back position. I'm telling you guys right now, I do not want to see Inigo Martinez get paired up with Kubarsi at all. Or Eric Garcia at all. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see Christensen and Inigo Martinez. Like, no, dude. Like, we need technicality. We need athleticism. Bring me Eric Garcia and Kubarsi, the two players that has won the Olympics with the Spanish national team, and place those two players with Balde and Koundé. And then as for the double pivot, it's going to be Christensen and Casado. Like, who else are you going to put in? Like, tell me. Christensen is going to be playing there, right? He has the most experience playing in that position out of most players here in Barcelona. So very excited to see that. It will add more defensive coverage for players like Eric Garcia and Kubarsi. You can see the balance there. And then as for our, I would say, front four, Gundogan as the 10, Lamine Yamal on the right side, Rafinha on the left wing position, and Lewandowski as the striker. Once again, I have no idea if Dani Olmo is going to be there or not. Like, in a couple of hours, we could hear that Dani Olmo, like, out of nowhere, right? Like, he's fit, and like, right? Like, you mean he got registered? We'll see. If Olmo ends up getting on there, I see Olmo on the left wing position, not as the attacking midfielder, because Pedri and Gundogan need to play. So for now, I'm just gonna say Gundogan as the 10, Lamine Yamal on the right wing position, Rafinha on the left, Lewandowski as the striker. That's okay. That's fine. As for the season overall, though, like, let's just talk about the early predictions. So, assuming that Barcelona don't make any more transfers and Nico Williams does not arrive, I'm going to assume that our strongest starting 11 that we could put out, that Hansi Flick will have available, it's like for the season overall, right? Outside of the match against Valencia. Ter Stegen, Koundé, Araujo, Christensen, Balde. Okay, that's our defense. Ter Stegen, Koundé, Araujo, Christensen, Balde. We're going to bring the BACK back, right? Which is Balde, Araujo, Christensen, and Koundé. Our double pivot will be Frankie and Gavi. And then I would say our attacking four is going to be Olmo on the left wing position, Pedri as the 10, Lamine Yamal on the right wing position, and Lewandowski as the striker. I think that's going to be our definitive starting 11. Olmo will play on the left wing position, not as a 10. There is no way in hell Olmo is going to be on the number 10 position with knowing that you have Pedri, Gundogan, and Fermin Lopez in your disposal. Hansi Flick is not going to do that. He's like, you know what? I need to spread these players out because I can't put all of these players with great rotations. Some players are going to miss out. Fermin Lopez looks amazing, and I have to play him. It's going to happen, bro. And we're probably going to see sometimes Gundogan going into the number 6 position with Christensen or Casado, leaving more room for Fermin Lopez and pushing Dani Olmo out to the left wing position for sure. So that's basically it, right? Like, I hope Barcelona do well. I pray. I really do. And I want Barcelona to do well because this club deserves it. I know that Real Madrid have all the dreaming in the world with Kylian Mbappe, Vini, Bellingham, Camavinga, Tchouaméni, Mendy, who else? Militao. It is one hell of a team that I am going to follow. I'm also going to follow Atletico Madrid, Athletic Club. It's going to be very exciting. I think that we need to enjoy this moment more than we should just despise it, right? There's no reason for us to despise it because it's just the reality. It's all we have, right? And I'm enthusiastic. I'm enthusiastic because, dude, first of all, I hope Hansi Flick does not prioritize the Champions League over La Liga, because what if he turns Barcelona into a knockout champion? Like, we can knock out any team during the knockout rounds and we end up winning the Champions League, but we go into like the bottom, like in the bottom, like top 4, like either 3rd or 4th place in La Liga. I don't want to be that team. Please give me the 85 points plus and make us go far into the Champions League, and we'll be fine. Right, to give us an upgrade to what Xavi Hernandez brought to us in his last season. We ended up in 2nd place in La Liga with a good amount of points. We ended up in the quarterfinals of the Champions League, and we fought well against PSG. I think that this season has to be a season where we have to take a step forward. We have to. Bro, Joan Laporta fired Xavi, okay, for a reason. And that's because he knew that he needed an upgrade. He needed a coach that can bring better results. That is why he brought Hansi Flick. There is no reason for us or for the board to settle for less than what Xavi brought last season. That wouldn't make any sense. You might as well should have just maintained Xavi and continued the sporting project. You might as well. And there has to be improvements. There has to be. Give us 2nd place in La Liga at least with 85 to 86 to 87 points and make us go into the semifinals of the Champions League and win us, please, the Copa del Rey. At least have us come out with 1 trophy. I do not want to go out through this season for the 2nd season in a row with no trophies. At least give us the Copa del Rey and at least give us the Spanish Super Cup. So that's basically it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.